America's Cup, Team NZ thrash Brits in light conditions to continue winning ways on Great Sound. TNZ powers to a big win over Britain on Day 5 of the qualifying series. Team New Zealand sent a warning shot to their rivals on Day 2 of the second round robin in the America's Cup qualifying series in Bermuda. Already with just one loss after 6 races, the Kiwi syndicate showed exceptional performance in light and tricky conditions to claim a huge win over a British challenge which eventually decided to retire. The dominant display came just before another impressive effort out on the Great Sound on Thursday, Friday NZ time, Jimmy Spithill and Oracle shaking off an early penalty to come from behind to beat Dean Barker and Team Japan. Bar stalled after a big mistake, allowing Team NZ to sail away. New Zealand were slightly behind across the start line but had more speed and went ahead as the boats went past the first mark, forcing Bar into a very sloppy jobby that allowed the Kiwi boat to power away down the second leg. The advantage only stretched significantly for Team New Zealand from there as they displayed an impressive ability to foil in conditions ranging between just 7 and 10 knots, just above the minimum requirement for racing of 6 knots. The first light air challenge we have seen in this America's Cup. Emirates Team New Zealand were up against Land Rover Bar. The key moment was the first jobby at the first mark, the rest of the race was history. The Kiwi outfit were so far in front as they crossed the finish of the shortened course, Sir Ben Ainslie decided to retire from the race as the Brits battled up the fifth and second-to-last leg. The multiple Olympic champion had earlier been heard voicing his frustrations and repeatedly asking what happened after the Kiwi boat had blown by them past the first mark. The result took the Kiwi outfit, who were scheduled for races against Japan and France on Saturday, to 6 points and briefly level with Oracle. Team New Zealand power away on their foils during a dominant performance against Bar. However, the cup holders soon reclaimed sole top position with an impressive win over Japan. Barker outmaneuvered longtime rival Spithill at the start, forcing a penalty on the US for late entry to the box, which left them almost dead in the water and well behind up the short first leg. But Oracle soon began to peg that buffer back and stayed right in touch. Japan held the lead for most of their race with Oracle, but were second best at the finish. After being within 22 seconds at the fourth gate, the US syndicate made the decisive move with a split going down the fifth leg. They quickly found much better breeze on the right side of the course, soon finding themselves with a lead they would comfortably maintain for a 32-second victory. There was some consolation for Barker, though, given Japan had earlier completely outperformed France to claim a commanding win. France and Britain do battle in a close race to finish the day's action. With their superior boat speed and technique clearly evident from start to finish in the light air, the Japanese won the race by almost 6 minutes. Both teams were late to the start line in the light conditions, but it was Barker who controlled proceedings from the front position and got away first, rounding the opening mark with an early 8-second advantage. A solidly performing Japanese crew left the struggling French in their wake as the race continued, pulling away with each leg to cross a massive 5 minutes and 59 seconds before Groupama arrived at the finish. There was also some good news to take from the day for the British, who bounced back from their thumping by Team New Zealand to secure a hard-fought win over the French. Bar were ahead at Mark 1 after Ainsley forced a penalty in the start box, but the French were a good match for boat speed and soon hit the lead, which they still narrowly held by 15 seconds at the fourth and penultimate mark. An exciting battle ensued up the final leg, the Brits making the split and finding enough breeze to sneak ahead at the final cross approaching the finish, eventually winning by 23 seconds as France were forced to make a late tack. Race 19, Japan beat France by 5 minutes 59 seconds. Race 20, NZ beat Britain, retired. Race 21, USA beat Japan by 32s. Race 22, Britain beat France by 23s. America's Cup qualifiers standings.